Well, I didn't think there was going to be this much snow out here, but I am still trying to get away from the highway and the highway noise. I parked at Swatara State Park, and I'm hiking southbound on the AT, trying to get to Rausch Gap to do a little winter camping. Whatever, I'm trying to get through this little section here between these two highways without having to stop and put my spikes on. And there's just enough snow to make it annoying. Alrighty. Crossing under this highway. More ice. Jeez. Really starting to regret not putting my spikes on. But as I said before, yikes. As I said before, I didn't want to have to do all those road crossings with the spikes on. Okay, so I see a white blaze right over there. I seem to remember there used to be a giant log that you would cross here. Or maybe it wasn't here, maybe it was up there somewhere. I don't remember the crossing being this close to the highway. I kind of remember it being back further in the woods, but let me see if I can wander back here a little bit. Otherwise, this is going to be a problem. Kind of a problem. Yeah. Now what are you going to do? Well, I see what looks like a bridge over there somebody made. I guess you can cross here, but man, that looks pretty slippery. Alright. The only way I'm going to get across that is what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my micro spikes on because that log looks really slippery. I'm going to put my spikes on and try and grab two branches so that I don't fall in. And then see if I can get over to that bridge over there. Otherwise, there's not a lot of other ways to cross this thing. Yeah, I wasn't really counting on this as a problem. I've been here at least twice before, and there was always a giant tree that would get you across. Oh well, things change, I guess. Alright, see if I can figure this out. Alright, well, I am halfway across now. Pretty sure this is what I remember from last time. So still pretty dangerous though, I think. Yikes. Alright, so I made it across. walking on that tree and this board. And I don't know if I could have done this without spikes on. Even with the spikes, it felt kind of sketchy, but once I got out there and I felt the spikes gripping, I felt a little safer. And in the end, it didn't really feel that dangerous with spikes on. I would not have wanted to try it without spikes on, though. Here we go with another road crossing. I think this might actually be, is it 2 road crossings or 1? I thought there was like a double road crossing at some point. This might be it. But then hopefully after this, we'll be on trail for the rest of the hike. Okay, that should be the end of the road crossings. I think we're good now. Let's hope so anyway. Pretty sure. Man, what kind of tracks are these? I don't know if it's showing up. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. That does not look like. There's another one there, right there. It's hard to see a little bit, but every now and then I get a good look at one. And I'm not used to seeing bear tracks, and I don't necessarily know what one would look like if I ever saw one, but usually I assume it's a dog or a coyote or something, or a fox, but that's a pretty big dog, and I thought it looked like it had some claws on it on the print there. So I don't know. All right, as soon as I get through this wheat field, I'm going to be climbing up that there mountain, which isn't really, it's not really that hard, but I think it's really the major climb of this hike. So So I made it to the top of what it really is a kind of a bump on the way, what you think is the mountain that you're supposed to be climbing is really just a little bump on the way to the real mountain, which is over there. So when you get to the top right here, you realize, oh crap, we have to go down. And then of course the next mountain, the real one, is even higher than the one we just climbed. So that's hiking for you. Alright, but it is pretty right here though, pretty icy. And of course I took my spikes off. Jeez. Alright, that was pretty easy. Still got to be careful though. I think we are getting very close to the top now of the second mountain, and from this point on it should just be some ridge walking for a little bit, and then we will start descending down into Rausch Gap, and I'm going to start looking for a campsite. Well, it looks like we're about as high as we're going to get on this ridge, and very soon now we're going to be descending and looking for a place to camp. Look at all this crazy stuff. Wow. Oh, jeez. Got caught on a thorny branch there. Okay, so here we are at the alternate dry route that gets you past the beaver dam. Normally I would just go that way, but I don't think I want to be crossing any beaver swamps in the winter, so this will be interesting. So we're on a orange trail now to get around the beaver dam. Well, it wasn't so bad, really. It looks like now we're coming down to meet up with the rail trail. And once I'm on that, I pretty much know where I am. And it's some easy walking to get to Rausch Gap. So, that was worth it. This really wasn't that bad. It was some pretty easy walking. So, and now I know, because now I've taken it. Alright, so that is where I came from. We are now on the rail trail, and I'll probably take that way on the return trip tomorrow. And now we've got some pretty nice, easy walking. And it's a straight run to the Appalachian Trail and Rausch Gap. Kind of glad I'm walking up here instead of down in there. That looks like some rough going down there. Beautiful though. Alright, finally made it to Rausch Gap. Alright, so down there is probably where I'm going to camp. That's where I usually camp. I've camped there many times. But before we go down that way, I would like to check out a few other spots here just to see what else is around here, since I have some time and it's a nice day and there's not much more to do except camp, so I want to explore a little bit. So let's see what else we got around here. I know that up that way, if you cross the bridge, and at some point there'll be a right turn, that's where the Appalachian Trail goes, and that's where the Rausch Gap shelter is. I've been there. There's some campsites up there. I don't think I'm going to go up there, but there might be some campsites on this side of the bridge. So I'm just going to wander around here a little bit and see what's what. Alrighty, well, I have returned to my favorite campsite, the one I always use. I did wander up above the bridge a little bit and I didn't really see anything up there, so I came down to the place where I know there's always good spots. So, and also as I was coming down here, I noticed way down there somewhere there's another campsite which I have stayed at a long time ago. There are other campers down there, so luckily my favorite spot, this one, is available. I'm gonna have to wander around and collect some firewood, but we got plenty of time. It's a little breezy, but it's not that bad actually. I wouldn't call it windy, but it's a little breezy. It's kind of a chilly breeze. But hopefully I'll get a nice fire going. And once I get my hammock set up, I'll be fine, I'm sure. Alright, well, time to drop the pack and start setting up. I know exactly where I'm going to set up my hammock, right in this flat area right over here. This tree right here, the big one, and that tree right over there, that one. Alrighty, well, I have camp all set up now, and I'm just checking out my visibility from the trail. Maybe you can see it off in the distance there. Pretty easy to spot, it's bright orange. You know, it is winter, so there's not a lot of tree cover, but that's fine. There's not a lot of traffic coming through this part of the Appalachian Trail in February. There it is. Alright, so I got the doors closed on this side for privacy. And the doors are open on this side. It's a little loud over here though. So this would be the entrance. And I've got everything suspended from the ground, off the ground. Got my boots over there. I got my pack here suspended. So nothing's on the ground, which is good because the ground is a little damp. And there you go, all ready for a winter night's sleep. I haven't heard a peep out of my neighbor campers over there. They did have a campfire going, which smelled amazing, and it makes me want to get my fire going, but it looks like I'm going to have to dig out the fire pit here because it's full of ice. That's not very conducive to starting a fire, is it? Okay. I'm going to have to do some work there. I'm going to have to dig that out first, probably. Still got some daylight left, so you know, I got time to wander around. And oh, I gotta bring my saw over here. Start cutting some wood. I may have a snack first though, just to give me some energy. But look how awesome this is. So excited. Alright, I'm going to eat some food and then try to gather some firewood. That's the plan. Alright, well, I've had something to eat. I had a little bit of tuna fish and some beef jerky I don't know what it was. Now I'm trying to get some firewood, and it looks like there's tons of blowdowns right here, and this one looks pretty promising. This guy right here. Because it's off the ground. Massive tree that fell. What a mess this place is with all the blowdowns. Somebody should clean that up, and I think that somebody is me. There we go. So I'm going to try and just cut this end of it off here. That should give me a pretty decent amount of firewood, and then we'll go from there. Alright, well, this is a crazy setup for a campfire, but I was not able to clear out all the ice that's in there because it's just frozen solid. I tried like chipping away at it with a stick and a rock, and I just couldn't do anything with it. So this campfire may not last very long. Yeah, I may just be going to bed early, but whatever. I tried to build like a platform, and then like a crazy log cabin on top of the platform, and I got all the big logs around the outside so that they can sort of like warm up before I'm ready to throw them on the fire. So I'm going to try and do everything I can to keep the fire burning suspended above the skating rink down there. So I don't know, it's really putting my fire building skills to the test here. You know, if it burns, it burns. I don't really care. I'm going to give it my best shot. You know, it's getting dark soon, so I want to get this thing started. It's still going. Amazing. And it looks like the bottom has all turned to ash. Here, let me get my light on. The bottom is all, it's still, I guess it's still damp, but it's got a nice bed of ashes there. And I guess it's still really burning on the platform. It hasn't really fallen through yet, which is pretty amazing. More fire than I expected to have. And then over here I am cooking I'm heating some water for my dinner, which is beef stroganoff with noodles. Not sure if you can see me or not, but it's now dark. I'm staying warm by the fire, getting hungry, waiting to eat my dinner. And so far, staying alive, having a good time. All right. Well, good morning. Man, I guess it snowed last night, huh? I'm gonna see if I can remember how to make coffee from the hammock. I haven't done that in a while. Let's see if I can still remember. Yeah, I got up a couple of times last night, and I wandered out, and it was in the middle of when it was snowing, and I got all kinds of snow on my tarp now. It's gonna be fun packing this up. Alright, let's see if we can do some coffee. Alright, so here we have coffee. Here we have oatmeal. Breakfast in the hammock. So this is the view from the hammock where we are drinking our coffee. And being lazy, not wanting to pack up and get back on trail. Alrighty, and that was my camp spot. And heading out on trail at last. It took forever to pack up. Okay. That's the way I'm going. I'm going back the same way I came, taking the 1.6 mile reroute. But just out of curiosity, I'm going to wander down and check out the beaver swamp just to see what it looks like. There's pretty much no chance of me wanting to cross it because I don't want to take the chance that it's not frozen over. But I at least want to check it out. Alright, so here we go. Well, here we are at the beaver swamp. What a mess. A lot of blowdowns, I guess. I don't know if they will clear out these blowdowns by summertime or what, but right now, if you had to cross it right now, that would be a lot of work. Look at all the blowdowns. Very quiet out here though. Look, just massive trees there blown down. Wow. Alright, well, I'm not going to hang around here. I'm not going to try and cross this thing. I'm heading back to the 1.6 mile reroute. It'll bring me back to the other side after 1.6 miles, so better get it started now. Long way to go. Alright, we are coming back up to the bridge and the rail trail, and we are about to make a right turn. And things look a little different than yesterday. A little snowier. Pretty cool though. All right. Well, it was a good night. It was a good campsite. I had a lot of fun. That fire would not quit. That platform eventually burned through, and I had this bed of hot coals, and it just kept, that fire did way better than I could have ever expected. Alright, so we're back on the rail trail. We're doing the reroute, and it's going to be a long, nice easy hike to the reroute, and then it's going to be a brutal climb back up to the AT. But I'm looking forward to it. Actually, it'll probably help me keep warm. I just took a little detour off the rail trail just to see what's down here, because I saw what looked like a clearing, and I was just kind of curious what this is. I thought maybe it was a pond or something. Oh well. Alright. 2AT north, that's where I'm going. Alright, done with the rail trail now. Getting ready to do the hill climb, and I think I'm going to stop right now and take off a couple of layers because I know I'm going to be breaking a sweat on this one. So just want to try and minimize how sweaty I get. Alright, we are back on the AT 1.6 miles later. If I had unlimited time and unlimited energy, I would love to go down and see what the beaver swamp looks like from this side, but I am not going to do that because I just don't have it. I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. This pack is very heavy, and we're not actually done climbing yet because we still got to get back to the top of the mountain that we came down from yesterday. So, but I feel good that I'm back on the AT. And once we get to the top of this mountain, it should be all downhill from there. Alright, we are on the descent, I believe. The final descent. Sure hope so. I had to take my spikes off. I just couldn't even walk in them anymore. This one I can't even get this off. Both of them were completely like caked up and just will not come off. So I took it off. Hope I don't need them. Maybe I can get it off later, but whatever. But I'm glad to be on the way down. Alright, well, I have come down off of the ridge, and I'm going through the little dip in between the ridge and this little bump that I have to go up now. But this is really no big deal. And then there's going to be a lot more down after this. So, but it's very pretty in this little section here. A lot of rhododendrons. I almost wish there was if there was a stream here, might be a nice camping area. But there's no water, so some cool rock formations up there. Alright, let's get up and over this little bump. Oh, by the way, I was able to get the snowballs off my spikes. I just banged it against a tree. I was afraid it was going to take some of the spikes with it, but they seem okay. I'll probably end up putting these back on very soon now. Mostly because I'm just tired of carrying them. But they probably are helping. But they can almost be a little bit dangerous sometimes, because you get these giant snowballs under your feet, and then you end up doing something funky with your ankle or whatever. You fall off your spikes because of the snowballs. So sometimes they cause problems too. Alright, we have come down from the mountain, and so then there's nothing left now except this wheat field and then a bunch of crazy road crossings and water crossings. And then back to car. This is the scary one here. Alright, we are back to my favorite section on this whole hike, the water crossing. I got the spikes on this time, but man, it still looks sketchy. So the plan is walk across that thin little board, and then across that tree, and then across that tree over there. You know, whatever. If I fall in, who cares? I'm so close to the car by now. Whoa. Check this out. You know what? I did not see this before. Appalachian Trail dry route. Look at that. Oh man. Why didn't somebody tell me yesterday? Jeez. I'm taking it. You know, I really did think about going back under the bridge, up to the highway, across and back down, but I thought I would have to like bushwhack. I thought about that yesterday, but it just seemed like we're here, let's just do it. But man, I'm so glad this is here right now, because I was kind of dreading that, and I didn't want to have to do that again. Oh man, let's see what this one looks like. It looks like we still have to cross the water though. Or does the dry route have its own dry route? Let's see. Is there a dry alternative to the dry route? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Nice sturdy plank to walk. Not wobbly at all. If I hear cracking, I'm going to jump. Oh man, I can feel it. I can feel how wobbly that thing is. Alright, I'm really taking the spikes off this time. Alright, back on the trail now. Didn't have to do that water crossing, that was awesome. Saved me a lot of time. Now we just have to do this quick little hill climb up and over and back down to the bridge and Swatara State Park where my car is parked. Yay! Alright, we made it back in one piece. Cold down here. I could feel the changing temperature. The air got really cold. But we are back. Yay! Let's see if the car's still here. Alright, the car's still here. Yay! It's always a good thing. Alright, time to get out of here. Time to get in the car and get on the road. Long way to go. Time to get some food.